Hi everyone, so this tutorial is going to be about a really easy makeup look for hooded eyes. And hooded eyes just basically means that the upper part of your eye, so kind of where the skin on top of your brow bone is, it's usually a little bit looser and kind of hangs over your eyelid, which creates a kind of deeper socket. So when you put makeup on, it's hard for you to be able to see where the makeup has gone, and it doesn't always look the same as when you are looking at makeup on someone who's just got a different eye shape than you, someone whose eyes are less hooded. And it took me a very, very long time to master this technique because I think your natural instinct is to not go too high above the crease. And if your crease is here, you don't want to take your eyeshadow higher up. But then what happens is as soon as you open your eyes, your crease disappears because the skin kind of hangs over it. And it's very, very hard because I feel like I'd always look at all these amazing looks and I could never do it on me because it never looked the same. I'd open my eyes and I looked like I had no eyeshadow on. So this is a really, really easy way of doing it. It's a very, very natural look, as are all my looks. If you're after something kind of really crazy and out there, then this is the wrong channel for it really. I'm all about really easy, natural makeup. And it's kind of like a little bit of a smoky eye, more of a defined eye really, but I'll come a little bit closer so you can see. But this is what the eye shape kind of looks like, and I do think it really, really makes a difference to how I used to wear my eyeshadow. And I always take my shadow higher up now, and it's kind of become just something that I've become accustomed to doing. And the top tips for getting it is really to just make sure you're looking straight ahead in the mirror, don't elevate your features, and really don't be afraid to go higher than the crease because it really will make a difference to how the kind of lifted effect your eye will get if you go a little bit higher up. If your eyes are hooded, sometimes your eyes can just be naturally that shape, as mine are. Sometimes it happens with age. It's just a very common thing, but it's not a very difficult thing to correct with makeup if you still want to create the illusion of a kind of more defined eye. So I'll let you get on to the tutorial now, and I hope you enjoy it. And so you want to start by taking a really close look at your eyes and determining where the crease of your eye is and how high or how low you're going to need to go. My crease is very kind of droopy. You can see kind of where this part kind of overhangs where my eyes are, and I've applied a little bit of a base. I've used the MAC paint pot in Bear Study just all over my lid, just for the eyeshadow to kind of stick to. And I'm going to use the Naked palette too in this tutorial because it's got some just really lovely neutral colours. It's more of a technique. You can do this with any colour, it doesn't really matter, but I'm just for the sake of this tutorial going to use the shade Booty Call, which is this shade right here, and the shade Tease, which is this one right here. And you want to try and make sure that the shade that you use as kind of your crease colour is more of a matte shade, because that just helps to kind of create the effect of a receding area, whereas you want to create your lid to kind of pop out a little bit more. So I'm just going to take Booty Call on a flat brush. This is just an Urban Decay eyeshadow brush. I'm going to just apply this all over the lid, taking it as high up as kind of your eyelid finishes. You don't need to worry about where to place this because this is just kind of your lid colour. It's not going to create the shape that you need. So just make sure you've kind of covered your lid with a colour. Like so. And now for the kind of more difficult bit is determining where you need to put the darker shade. Now what I like to do is to just look into the mirror straight on. I've got a mirror right in front of me because I didn't want to do this with the viewfinder. So you want to look straight on into the mirror with your face relaxed, because I do find that when you put makeup on you tend to kind of elevate your features a little bit. So what happens is if you're lifting your brow up, you're kind of changing the area that you need to be working on. So with your face relaxed, look above into the mirror and see where your crease is. So my crease is kind of this area, and I want to create a kind of more defined eye. So I'm going to take my shadow a little bit higher up above the crease to kind of create the illusion of that's where my crease is. So I'm just going to take the shade Tease, which is a matte shade as I said, on a fluffy brush. This is an Urban Decay brush as well. And I'm just going to, with my eye relaxed, start to draw a little line above my crease area. Now don't worry about how high you're taking it at this point. We are going to blend it out. It's going to look fine. You just want to kind of create the initial shape first. So you just want to keep taking it above your crease. You can kind of close your eye and take a little bit down into the inner part if you want to create just a little bit more of a defined eye. But by doing it that way, you're kind of creating more of a shadow. And then just going to take a big fluffy brush. This is by Blush Professionals, and I'm just going to blend it out. So you've got no harsh lines, just lovely definition in your eye area. Like so. So it's very, very easy, and you just create this kind of completely different dimension, whereas if I were to put the shadow just into my natural crease, which would be this area right here, when you'd open your eye you wouldn't be able to see it, but this really opens up your eye and really creates that kind of more smoky effect in a more flattering way for your eye shape. Then I'm going to just use a couple more kind of little tricks that I like that really help to kind of make your eyes look a little bit bigger. The first one is eyelash curlers. These are the MAC eyelash curlers. I've already curled my lashes, so I'm not going to do this, but make sure you curl your lashes because it does make a difference. And then I'm going to use a nude eyeliner. This is the Rimmel Scandleyes waterproof in nude, and I'm just going to apply this on my waterline because it really helps to brighten up your under eye area and kind of creates the illusion of bigger eyes. So if you can see that in there, it kind of straight away makes you look a little bit more kind of wide awake. And then just to add a little bit more definition, I'm going to use this kind of bronzy pencil. If you like wearing dark liner on your bottom lashes, by all means go ahead and do that. I don't. So I'm going to use this Gemma Kid pencil in the shade Copper, which is number 2. And it's just this kind of browny shade, and I'm just going to run a fine line under my lower lash line. Not in my waterline, just to kind of create a little bit more definition around my lash area. And then with the smudger brush, I'm just going to smudge that out. And that creates a really, really subtle definition. Then I'm just going to move on and do the next eye and apply some mascara, and then I'm going to talk you through the finished look. So this is the finished look, and I've applied mascara on my top and bottom lashes, and as you can see, it just creates a kind of more defined eye, and I think it's kind of a little bit more of a sultry look, and it's just a much easier way to wear eyeshadow and to still feel like you can kind of do the same looks as someone with a less hooded shape. Another little tip I really like to do is to highlight my brow bone, because I feel like the kind of greater distance you create between your brow and your eye area, it just kind of helps to kind of create the illusion of a more of a wider space. So I'm just going to use the Benefit It Stick, which is a concealer but it's in a light shade, and I like to do it like this. I don't like to use a shimmery brow highlighter. So I'm just going to apply a small amount of that and then blend it out with my fingers. And it just creates kind of like an instant lift to the area. Make sure you just blend it out really, really well. And that is it. So I hope you enjoyed this. I know it's a very, very natural, very, very easy tutorial, but I think it's just a very wearable way of doing it, and it's a way that I love doing my makeup. So I hope you enjoyed this, and if you've got any other tutorial requests, then definitely put those in the comments below, and I will see you next time. Bye.